The Pumpkin with a Heart, an autumn Halloween story. In a hidden corner of a picturesque village with small houses and colorful rooftops lived Ella and George, a sweet and loving elderly couple. Their garden was a treasure trove of vegetables, but among them, the pumpkins were their favorites. Round, plump, and as orange as the autumn sun, they were cared for with exceptional attention, as if they were the children Ella and George had always longed for. Among all the pumpkins, one was truly special. A perfectly round orange pumpkin they named Little P. He always brought smiles to their faces with his silly way of shining under the gentle autumn sun. But Little P wasn't just an ordinary pumpkin. He held a secret magic that would change their lives forever. One chilly October night, as the garden was bathed in a silvery glow, the red and yellow leaves danced playfully in the wind. Little P, who had heard Ella's stories about pumpkins being like children, felt a strange excitement inside him. Though he was just a pumpkin, his round heart dreamed of becoming more. But one morning, George came into the garden with a big basket. "It's time to make the best pumpkin pie in the village," he said, smiling at Ella. "The children are waiting for it." Ella hesitated, suggesting they wait until the next morning so they could go to the village together to buy the ingredients. So off they went to the village market. Little P, feeling more and more special, couldn't let it end like that. "I can't just become a pie," he thought. "I have a much greater destiny." That night, while everyone was sleeping, something magical happened. A shimmering light began to dance among the vegetables in the garden, and from it emerged a tiny fairy with delicate wings and a dress that sparkled like golden leaves. She was the Autumn Fairy, the protector of all pumpkins. "Little P," she said with a gentle voice, "you have been chosen. There is a special magic within you." Little P's eyes widened with excitement. "Can you really help me become a little boy?" he asked hopefully. The fairy smiled. "Of course," she replied, waving her magic wand made from a pumpkin vine. "But you must truly believe." With a flick of her wand, she began to chant a magical spell, and a soft glow enveloped Little P. "Golden leaves, evening breeze, bring his dreams to life with ease. Round and orange, become a boy now, you are alive." The words floated in the air like a song, and Little P felt a warm sensation fill his body. Suddenly, the light surrounded him completely, and in place of the orange pumpkin stood a little boy with tousled hair and big bright eyes like the autumn sun. When morning came, Ella and George couldn't believe their eyes. In their garden stood an adorable little boy wearing a pumpkin hat. "Little P?" "Yes, it's me," the boy said, smiling. "I'm your pumpkin who has become a boy." Ella and George embraced him tightly, feeling that the magic they had waited for all their lives had finally come true. In the days that followed, Little P helped prepare the most delicious pumpkin treats. Golden pumpkin pies, crispy pumpkin cookies, and even fragrant pumpkin soup. The children from the village came running to Ella and George's autumn-colored cottage, where everything was painted in warm shades of orange, red, and gold, and the aroma of baked pumpkin filled the air. Each child received a slice of pie and a few cookies, while Little P, filled with joy, ran among them, sharing smiles and stories about his adventures as a magic pumpkin. Ella and George needed nothing more. They now had their little pumpkin turned into a lively boy, and their garden continued to be an oasis of joy, not just for them, but for the entire village. But in the night before Halloween, Ella had a terrifying dream. She was in a darkened forest, and a large menacing pumpkin glowed in the distance. As she approached, the pumpkin seemed to come alive, its face contorting into a sinister grin. It spoke in a deep, guttural voice, tempting at Little P with promises of endless Halloween treats. Little P, unable to resist, entered the pumpkin's gaping mouth, disappearing forever into the darkness. When Ella awoke, she was drenched in sweat and shaking. The dream had scared her so much that she dreaded the upcoming Halloween celebration. She told George about the nightmare, but he reassured her that Little P was safe and sound. As evening fell, children began arriving at their doorstep, dressed in colorful costumes. Little P was excited to hand out candy and treats to the trick-or-treaters. A wave of panic washed over Ella. She realized that Little P was missing. She rushed into the garden, guided by a memory from her dream. There, she found Little Pea standing before the same large pumpkin she had seen in her nightmare. He was about to enter the pumpkin when Ella grabbed his hand, pulling him away from the danger. Ella's dream had saved Little Pea's life. As the old people often said, Halloween night was the night of the spirits. It was a time to be cautious and stay in the light. As the autumn leaves fell around them, Ella and Little Pea felt a sense of peace and gratitude. They had faced their fears and come out stronger. And as the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the garden, they knew that Halloween could be a night of joy and wonder, as long as they remembered to stay safe and together. As the years passed, Little Pea grew into a wise and gentle man, always remembering his magical origins. He continued to spread joy and laughter throughout the village, ensuring that the spirit of Halloween would forever be a celebration of hope, kindness, and the extraordinary. Ella and George, filled with love and pride, watched their little pumpkin boy grow into a remarkable man. Their garden, once filled with ordinary vegetables, now held a special kind of magic, a testament to the power of hope and belief. They continued to live happily in their autumn-colored cottage, surrounded by the warmth of their family and the love of their community.